Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be going over the abstract reasoning section of the UCAT. For some guys this is really easy, but for me this was really hard when I first did it, so something like this would have been really helpful for me when I was learning how to do this exam, so that's why I'm going to be doing it here for you today. In case you don't know, the abstract reasoning section is a section where you're given a whole load of shapes in different boxes, and they're going to be following a certain rule in one set of boxes, and then they're going to be following another rule in another set of boxes. You'll be given a few shapes in a box, and you'll be asked which set does this belong in, set A or set B. I'll put something on screen for you right now so that you can have an example just to see. They can really throw anything at you here. They can give you all kinds of different rules, whether that's the number of sides of a shape, how many different shapes there are in your box, number of intersections, lines, shaded, unshaded shapes. That they've got everything they can throw at you, basically, is what you're going to be having to go through, and they can be really complicated or they can be very simple. The method that I would recommend using to tackle these questions is SCANS. Now, SCANS stands for shape, color, arrangement, number, and symmetry. If you work your way through all of those different possibilities of things that they could change, that might make it easier for you to find the rule. Now, this is an incredibly time-pressured section of the UCAT. You have 55 questions and just 12 minutes to answer them. So your brain is going to be on fire for this section, and you're probably going to have to miss and skip for a lot of questions because you're just not going to be able to find the rule for all of them in that amount of time. Maybe you can. If you can, then well done for you. I couldn't, but I still got in. So don't worry if you don't get all of the questions right. If you don't always find the rule, it's okay, as long as you get most of them. Now you might be thinking to yourself, look Jack, I hate this section. I can't find the rule. It just doesn't click, never clicks. I'm terrible at this. Don't worry, I thought the exact same thing as you, and actually ended up being my second best section in the end. So top tips for you for this section is to do loads of practice. Say it for all of the sections. It's the best way to improve in your score. Do loads of practice. Eventually it will start to click. And the way it does that is by continuously trying to find out, no matter the question, just trying and trying and trying. Staring at these patterns until something clicks. What I did personally is every time I came across something new, I would write that down on a sheet of paper. So for example, we've got the SCANS method to, look at shapes, look at arrangement, all of this stuff. There's going to be stuff they're going to throw in there, like even-sided shapes intersect and odd ones don't. If there's a white circle, something will happen. If there's a black circle, something else will happen. There will be loads and loads of different stuff that you're going to have to deal with. So when you come across something new, write it down on a sheet of paper, in a book, whatever, and then have a read back of that every now and then to kind of refresh yourself, to look out for new different rules. And if you don't get the rule, it's okay. You can always hit the explain answer button, or you can always find out the rule after you're wrong. Please don't do the question, get it wrong, and then don't look at it, because then you're not going to learn from it, and then if that question comes up in the actual exam, you're going to be in trouble. So yeah, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to get it wrong. It doesn't matter if it doesn't click now. The more you do it, the easier it will get, and you will get there eventually, don't worry. That's enough from me. Let's get into some questions. So let's go ahead and look at this one. We have 4 boxes on each corner, and then we have 4 boxes and a circle. Maybe a circle equals 4 squares? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so 1 circle must be equal to 4 squares. 4 squares. I think that must be it, right? 4 squares. It has like it's like 4 squares equals 1 circle. So there must always be the same number of squares, or equivalent to squares, in a box. So 3 squares, 3 squares, and then a triangle is worth 2 squares. Let's see if that works out. So 2 squares, 2 squares, 4 squares. Yeah, okay, so I'm trying to think how to explain that. Okay, so this is kind of the simplest box because it's just 8 squares, right? And then it's basically saying that 1 circle is equal to 4 squares because they must have the same number in each box. So, because you see here, there's just 2 circles, which means that's the equivalent to this box here. So 1 circle equals 4 squares. So here we still have 8 squares. Here if we go along that logic, we have 6 squares. Triangle must be worth 2 squares to add up to 8, because then we get the same as this box here. Not sure what's going on. Okay. Oh well, these crosses must be worth 3 squares each, because here we have, if the triangle, which here we work out is 2 squares, then there are 4 squares here plus the circle is also 4 squares. Okay, so here we have the same thing, but the other way around. It's 1 square equals 4 circles, and the cross is worth 2 circles. And let's see here, we have 4 circles at a square. I mean, a square is equal to 4 circles, so yeah, it must be set B. So it's the same as this box, essentially, just arranged in a different way. Here we have 3 squares, so it's probably one of these ones, because we have 2 of these crosses, so that's so this would be 3, 7. Oh, but then the triangle is worth 2. This must be neither, because this doesn't add up to 8. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. No, never mind. 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's set A. Okay, just 3 triangles. That must be neither, right? Because you always have to add up to either 4 circles or 4 squares, and this is 2, 4, 6. And over here, this would be. Oh. So here, 4, 5, 3. So in set B, the triangle is worth 3. 3, 6, 9, but that doesn't add up to 8, so no, that must be neither. Just 4 squares by themselves, or 4 circles by themselves. I think that's neither. Yeah. Can't be B, because only 4 circles when 8 are required. Okay, cool. Just 2 squares by themselves, that must be set B. See, this is where they try and trick you out here. Because if you didn't work this rule out, you'd have no idea. It's like having this one in set A with the 2 circles, except it's the equivalent here in set B. It's just 2 squares. Okay, let's quickly check our answers. Set B, yeah. We already did this one. Yeah, there are triangles equal 6 squares as in B. 3 triangles equal 9 squares, so since A has 8 squares and set B has 8 circles, it can't be either. We already know that. Set A for this one. Set B. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they just try and trick you out any way they can. I mean, you know, if you were guessing this, you know, it just doesn't look like either of them. Maybe someone would put neither, because the arrangement, because they seem to always have them in these 4 together here. Well, not here, but it's B. It follows the rule for B. Okay, so for this one, as you can see, you can work out what shapes sort of means something else, and the box that gave this away for me was this one in set A, the top left, and then comparing that box with other ones. So comparing that with set B was just quite self-explanatory, and then looking at this bottom left box, you could see the rule. Okay, so let's go to the next load of questions. Oh. Okay, 3, 6, 7, 8, 11. Okay. Oh, hang on, this looks like a clock face that's just been inverted. I don't think it's a clock, because clocks don't go up to 13. Okay, the 6. These numbers are all in ascending order coming from here. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's the rule. Ascending order, starting from the top left, going clockwise, and then do we have an equivalent one here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 18, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, we're not too sure there, but 3, 6, 8, 10, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay, so this always has an odd number of numbers in the box. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if we count the numbers, the figures individually, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's what. 5, 3, 5, 3, 4. Okay, that's not it either. Let's just go with the ascending order theory. And that this one is just something else. 3. Okay, so this would be set A. That would be set A. And then everything we're not sure that doesn't follow that rule, we can just say set B. Okay, let's see how we did. Set A. Numbers are presented in ascending order, moving in clockwise direction. Yep. We got that. The second largest number in each square is subtracted from the largest number and is the sum used to subtract the largest number to find the next number in the sequence, and so on. Here, from 3 to 11, the second largest is subtracted from 11. Okay, second largest, so that would be 3. So that's 3, and 10 equals 8, which takes the position. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that's quite complicated. Apparently there was a lot more going on there. Which is this number minus the second largest would give me 3, and then wait, how do we get to the second one then? Okay, well, it's just those two. This one minus this one equals this one. So this one minus this one equals this one. This one minus this one. Yeah, okay. Set B follows the same formula as set A, but all the numbers are even and they are positioned randomly in the square. Oh, I missed that they were all even. Okay, so yeah, 10 minus 8 is 4. That doesn't make sense. Follow the same formula? Well, okay. So let's see how we did anyway. Oh. We said B for this one. Yeah. 14 minus 12 is 2. This one's A, yeah, because we got this ascending order thing. Oh, we just did that one. Okay. This one's B, yeah. This one's A. This one's A. Okay, so actually, even though we didn't get the full rule, we still got all of them right from one pattern that we found out. So it's always good to be mindful of the time. I was trying to be relatively time pressured there. So as you can see, I came up with a rule and just went with it, and then moved on to the next one. That's your mindset that you should be doing in this exam. Because even if you get just part of the rule, you can still get all the questions right. And even if I got one of them wrong, there, it's not the end of the It's not the end of the day, really. I mean, still would be getting a pretty good score if you're doing that for every single set of questions, you know, and you're just getting the odd 1 or 2 wrong, whether it's set B or neither. So not too bad. Okay, next question. Something to do with this shaded circle being on the right leaves these arrows on the left. Yeah, but doesn't. Not sure really, because this one has a lot going on. Let's look at the simplest box. Okay, it's something. Maybe it's something to do with how this kind of crocodile is facing. If there are no shapes, then it faces this way. In set B, it's facing the opposite way, so it's probably something to do with how this is facing. So here, it's facing, the crocodile faces to the shaded square, so maybe amount of crocodiles facing to the right equals the amount of shaded shapes. So here we have 2 shaded shapes, 2 going to the right. Here we have 1 shaded shape and 1 going to the right. Here we have 2 shaded shapes and 2 going to the right. So yeah, by looking at the simplest box first, we can figure this out just because of the direction and also how it relates to set B. As you see, there's just 1 by itself here and just 1 by itself there, and they're both facing opposite ways. So then you look at the second most complicated box, or at least I do, and then I can see that one of them has changed. That's how I worked that out. So in set B, it must be the opposite. Let's see, so we have 1 facing to the right, and then we have a white circle, and that means that we have 1 facing to the left. So amount of unshaded circles equals the amount of crocodiles facing to the left. So yeah, 1 unshaded circle to 1 to the left, and I guess the unshaded are irrelevant, and the shaded ones are irrelevant in set B, and the unshaded are. Oh, here we go. So if we look here, this is 1. So for every white circle, there is 1 crocodile that faces down. As you see here, 2 white circles, 2 going down. 2 here, 2 going down. You see what I mean? And here, for the shaded circles, we have the same thing. For every shaded circle, we have 1 that goes down. Okay, so quite a few things to focus on there. Let's see. So we have 2 shaded circles and 2 that face to the left. So that should be. Oh, this might be neither actually. So for set A, when you had 1 black one, it would mean 1 would face to the right. But here, we have 2 black ones and 2 facing to the left. But let's not confuse the rules, because in set B, the black ones make them face down. So this is actually neither, because if it was, oh no, this is set B, because the white circles make the 2 crocodiles face to the left, and the black circles make the crocodiles face down. I was just getting a bit confused there with the different rules. As you see here, you have 1 that faces to the right, and then when you have the white circle, it makes 1 face to the left, and we have 2 white circles, so we have 2 that face to the left, and we have the 2 black circles here, which means we have 2 that face down, and we have 1 white circle, so this must be B. Okay, for this one, we have 2 black circles, so that means 2 go down, and 1 that faces to the right, so that must be B, because that white circle makes it go to, sorry, we have the crocodile that faces to the left, and here we have the white circle that makes it face to the left. I call it crocodiles because this is what I learnt when I first learned about the greater, less than, or greater than signs. At primary school, they said they were looked like little crocodile mouths, so that's what I call them. Okay, let's go to the next question. Ooh, okay. So we know that the black one makes the crocodile, the black circle in set A makes the crocodile face to the right. We have 4 black circles here, so that makes them go to the right. We have 1 white circle making it go down, so this must be set A. Okay, this will be neither, because in set B the white circle makes the crocodile face go to the left, and in set A the white circle makes it face down, so this must be neither, because this white circle here is making the crocodile face to the right, which just does not follow any of the rules. Okay, we have 3 that go down and 1 that goes to the left, so that's set B, because set B, the shaded circles, the black circles, make the crocodiles go down, so 3 black circles, 3 that go down, 3 that face down, and 1 white circle and 1 that goes to the left. We've already established that set B, the white circles make the crocodile go to the left. Set B. Okay, let's check the answers. Okay, yep, here we go. This is how they've explained it, not very well, to be honest. Correct answer is B. 3 of those bottom ones corresponds to 3 black shapes. Yeah, we've got all the rules. It's always really nice when you get all the rules. C, 1 of them corresponds to 1 right white shape. Yeah, I think I've done a better job explaining it than their rationale. Okay, oh wait, what did I say for this one? Yep, A. B, yeah. B again, that's cool. Okay, so we've done all of these ones now. The other kind of question that you can get in the UCAT for abstract reasoning is these kind of complete the sequence questions, which break it up a little bit more so that you're not just doing set A and set B boxes all day. So this one right here, we've got a few things going on. So we've got the arrow that points to the right, and the left, and the right, and the left. So we know the next arrow will point to the right. So we can see it's going to be either B or C. We have a square. Well, we have no square, then we have a white square, then we have a right square slightly more to the right, and then we have the left square that takes the place of the original one. So the next square is going to be a black one, and it's going to take the place of the original one here. So I think it's B. But we can look at the other parts of this question too. So we have 3 circles, 3 shaded circles, then 3 white, then 3 shaded, then 2 white, then 2 shaded, 2 white, 2 shaded, 1 white, then it will be 1 shaded, 1 white. But as you can see here, these are the same for B and C, so we have to look at the position of them. So the one that disappears here, I think this whole thing moves along so that the circles kind of go in between each other each time. So here they go to the right, then to the left, to the left, then the right, then the left, then the right. So the white one must be in the bottom right hand corner, yeah, and then it will be this black circle that goes. So the answer must be B. Yeah, there we go, right answer. So as you can see, the abstract reasoning can throw all kinds of stuff at you. It's all about looking at the different patterns and comparing the patterns, the shapes, the boxes. Let's get an example up for you. So always what's nice to do is just to kind of look at the simplest box as we were doing in the examples, and then also compare that to the set B one. That might actually help you find the rule, because typically the rule in set A will be similar in some sort of way to the rule in set B as the ones we were doing before. So comparing the two together is going to help you find the rule. And if you can't find the rule, just move on. You know, this section is incredibly time pressured, as we said, so it's okay to move on to the next question. I personally, when I was doing the UCAT exam, I guessed a lot of the abstract reasoning questions just because I ran out of time, and you actually have the best chances when you're guessing in the abstract reasoning section when you're running out of time, because you only have 3 possible options, so you always have a 33% chance, and I would say it's more often set A or set B than it is neither, but you know, we're getting to risky territory here. I'm just saying that if you're running out of time, it's best to guess the remaining answers and move on. That's all for me from this video. I hope this was helpful. I hope that seeing my thought process helped you guys see how I do it, how I look at it. I mean, I did okay in the abstract reasoning. I got 700 or so. So, you know, keep at it. The more you practice it, the better you'll do. What I recommend is that if you don't get something, you know, if you don't get a rule, because there's only so many different ways they can arrange stuff. I would say if you don't recognize something, if you're not familiar with it, then just write down that rule that you didn't get. Like, for example, here, these intersection stuff, I suck at them. Odd number of shapes overlap, even number of shapes overlap. You know, that's one that I would never think of, so then write that down in your book. And then eventually you'll have a long list of rules that you are more familiar with. If you read that every now and then you have more things to kind of look out for. So the more you go at it, the more you practice, the more you'll recognize this kind of things, and the more kind of things you'll be on the lookout for. When you don't know and you get a bit stuck, then you'll just be frozen in your head, and that's a terrible place to be. That's when you should be flagging and moving on. But as I said, the most important thing is practice, 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 and you will get there. That's all for me from this video. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope it was useful. If you like the video, please give it a like. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I will answer them. And if you want to see more videos, then subscribe. We're almost finished with all of the UCAT videos. After these videos, we'll be going on to MMI interview questions. So plenty left to go through on this channel. So stick around if you want to see those.